The stream has already started. So I would like to welcome you all. Thank you for being with us. Hey there, Nils. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm fine. Had a long day, but yeah, I'm interested to see who will join us tonight and what questions we can ask, not ask, answer. Look, my brain is already drained from the day's work.
So is mine. Yeah. But I think the people, hey everyone, the people have sent some very nice questions. And we did this in the past. I think it was 2 years ago and it was really fun. So we thought that we'd like to repeat it. And yeah, let's see. Der wohlerfahrene Speismeister. Hi. English. We're doing it in English, so because we have people from all over joining us, so I think English is the more understandable language, the more global language. Yeah, let's see. Let's have a look at the questions you guys sent. And of course, feel free to ask anything in the chat too. We'll see it and answer to our best knowledge. So I got to gather all this stuff because you send it all through all kind of different platforms. So here's a question from Tom Sundgren. He's asking, how high is the probability of you guys performing Night Sphere Part 2 live on your next tour? Or is it a particular song you guys are waiting to perform live when you do a headline tour where your set list times are a lot longer? Also, have you guys played the song Wastelands live yet? I don't know. Do you want to start? Should I start?
So Wastelands is a track that since we released Wastelands, I think we played most of the time. I think it's a pretty nice song to play live because you can do a lot with the drum intro, with sound, and for Night Sphere Part 2. So the problem with the Night Sphere tracks is that they're super long, or like some of them are super long. So up to now, we only played Twilight of the Machines live, as it is with, I don't know, around 8 minutes. The the shorter track, but I think we planned to play another track from Night Sphere in the future. But did we agreed on which? I don't think, right, David?
I don't think so, no. But I guess, yeah, I think there are a couple of songs that we haven't played live yet, and I think we're always looking towards, yeah, experimenting with sets. So there's like, if we haven't played a song yet live, it doesn't mean that we're that it's never going to happen. I think we're just waiting for the right time to do it, and of course, something like a bigger tour or something is something that makes sense to incorporate such things and change the set list and yeah, maybe also make it something special, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And hey everyone, from Costa Rica, from Mexico, Bucharest, nice to see all of
Yes,
you
hi.
here. So
Also
maybe,
from Germany, one person's here,
yeah, from
so
Germany.
that's
Let's not
cool.
forget that. Yeah,
Thank you for joining.
yeah. And maybe we can go with a question that both of us can see here right now in the chat. Der wohlerfahrene Speismeister is asking, did you practice your vocals to sing You Are the Night? I think you're referring to the fact to play the song live, or are you? I think we talked at a show of the tour with David and Freiheit. So yeah, I think "You Are the Night" is a song that was, yeah, where I kind of really challenged myself vocally, and of course, it's something in a set that is pretty demanding to do live. But yeah, of course, I'm eager to do it, and let's see. That's all I can say. Let's see. And
Have you considered touring Latin America recently? Yeah, we talked about it. We got plans, but I can't tell you now when we will do it, but it might be in 2027. I think there is a chance we might come back. It is always a lot of organization for us to come over, and there are higher costs for us. And if you have this, like, I don't know, 12 or like 14-hour flights from Germany to, I don't know, last time we started in Mexico, and then you have to squeeze in as many shows as possible. But the last time we came over, I think we played 11 shows on 14 days in 6 countries, from
was it?
Mexico to Brazil, and it was insane.
It was insane.
Like, positive, but also exhausting. So we have to plan it a little bit differently, so that it's not as draining as it has been last time. But I think I can speak for all of us. It was such a nice time, the tour there. We met so many nice people. Yeah, especially like our friends in Fendrana from Mexico, and what was the name of the band of the people in Santiago de Chile?
Oh my god!
My
Now you're
lazy
catching me.
brain.
Yeah,
But
I know. I exactly know. So sorry to you guys if we don't have the name ready right now. But of course, those
yeah,
people were amazing, like amazing people to host the show, and amazing musicians. So it was the whole tour was a incredible experience. It was incredibly exhausting, but it was incredibly yeah, an incredible positive experience for all of us. And yeah, as I can just say, like what you said, Niels, we really want to come back, and yeah, let's like we'll make it happen as fast as possible.
yeah,
All right, are there more questions coming in? Like maybe we get with those, and of course those that send questions our way beforehand, we'll also answer those. So we just make a mix of that. So let me see. Tommy Tommy MSN 69303 is asking. It's always cool to see people behind the music. I've literally listened to your. Okay, no, that's not a question here.
yeah.
Thank you very
There's a
much.
question from Raven Samael.
Yeah.
Is there any chance to see you playing in Morocco someday in the future? So often it is just, if we get the chance to do it, then we will definitely consider it. But you know, if we do like a fly-in show for only one show, it is pretty expensive. I mean, it's also pretty
Mhm.
expensive for us to come, if we play more shows. But if you play more shows where you don't have to fly a lot between the shows, then it gets a bit less expensive. So if you know any promoters in Morocco, please get in touch with them. This is for all of you who want to see us play in your area. Go to the local promoters, text them, write an email, or just put it on their social media page, and then there is a chance that they might consider us playing.
Exactly. Exactly. Do you have any plans for festival dates this year? Yeah, a lot. I mean, a lot of them are already up there to see, and of course, yeah, we're kind of working on some things behind the curtains. Yeah, of course we can't reveal any of those, but for the festivals that are already um, already set. We're, for example, we're playing in the festival summer. We're playing as Yokudiana is saying. We're playing Dark Bombastic Evening in Romania. We're playing the Multicultural Fest in France, and of course also some festivals in Germany, as a Bavarian Battle, Underground Gathering in Leipzig, and Sappenduster Festival in Münster. And yeah, I think there's going to be a lot more coming. So just check
But
the
yeah,
site.
shout out to the Marstrom open air people who
Yes.
played there a few years ago. We had like one of the most stressful shows of our career there because we
Oh
had some
no.
technical issues that led to us not having our usual in-ear mix, and then we had to really walk our way through this show. So I don't think that we will come to Bucharest too this year. If there were any chances to connect the Dark Bombastic Evening show, I think it might have been already asked by any local promoters in Bucharest, but we will definitely try to get more Romanian dates in a tour. It's often it is just a simple thing of the routing of the tour, if it makes sense to go all the way, and if we can afford going there. It's yeah, often if a band never plays in your area, it often is just it's not that they don't want to go there. It's often just a problem of possibilities. So also there, if you know promoters in Bucharest, just get in touch with them and tell them this band is cool. We want to see them. So
Yes, exactly. And let's have a question that was asked on Facebook by Mathilde Nicole, and she was asking, "What are some of your musical inspirations?" You can you can start,
I
Nils,
I
first.
can start. Oh, so I when it comes to my drumming, I got a few. I would say Ingo Schwichtenberg of Halloween from my hometown Hamburg. Um, he was a powerhouse, played very quick double bass, and had a pretty nice way of putting fills into his playing. He sadly passed away long ago, so rest in peace. Nico McBrain of Iron Maiden, like some of the classics. I just grew up with those bands, but also Travis Barker of Blink 182. Now, not nowadays anymore, but in the early 2000s, I think he played a few of the nicest and cleanest drum performances. But also people like Derek Roddy when I was younger and got into blast beats, and also I don't know Torturer, the guy who played in Belphegor in the early 2000s, super fast, super clean. Yeah, I think when it comes to drummers, it goes into that direction. My main musical taste is, I mean, you see it in the back. There is an Iron Maiden LP box. I'm a big Iron Maiden and like classic heavy metal guy, but also um, melodic punk rock, also indie stuff like The National or Tigerloo. I think the latest Sam Fender record is one of the best albums
Oh
that
yeah.
came out last year. Um, there is a lot of good stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's more or less the same question that is asked in the chat as well. I think when it comes to bands or like albums that I listened to a lot in the last year, I would say the latest Auski records. Shout out to those guys from Denmark. Such a good black metal record. I really love it. The Sam Fender album I already mentioned. Now I have to make up my mind, but maybe I will come back completely random later in this in the stream when I just think about bands that I listen to a
Yeah.
lot. But Dave, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, for guitar players, it's hard. Like as you were talking about your instrument, I don't think I can go into anything with when it comes to playing guitar. But vocally, of course, there are big inspirations. Like first and foremost, it's Chester Bennington. I think you can hear it in my vocals, and was basically the first band that I got me in touch with metal in school. Listening, going to music class, and someone brought a Linkin Park CD, and yeah, I fell in love. It was One Step Closer, and I was blown away. I was blown away by the. Like, I never had heard harsh vocals before, and also just this way of singing and screaming. And I was checking them out, checking all the albums out, and got deeper and deeper into metal, and like from new metal into more traditional metal, death metal, black metal, and yeah, dove deep into all of that. And yeah, I mean, I think Jester and also Sam Carter of Architects. Sam Carter, basically, I think for him it was the same. He was also a big fan of Chester Bennington, so maybe that's like a yeah. But both of them have a kind of similar style. But I think through getting to know Architects many years ago, I felt very inspired to do those super aggressive hybrid screams, like those kind of melodic screaming or distorted, high pitched singing, and I love to experiment with those kind of things, and it really yeah opened up a new horizon for me. I think there are new bands and all kind of different music, because I listen to a lot of soundtracks also and film music and all kinds of different things. Um, Also, Ludovico Einaudi, I love his stuff. I love also classical stuff from time to time. It's rare, but I love listening to Chopin too. And all those kind of things kind of flow together when it comes to inspiration. And yeah, I think like right now, I'm actually not really checking out too much new stuff now. But as Neil said before, I might something might pop up later in the stream if something comes to my mind and we have a similar question, something maybe I'll
Yeah,
come with
maybe
something.
you guys can also just post like what albums did you enjoy a lot today. I listened again to the latest Catatonia record, and I have a very ambivalent feeling about this album because today I really enjoyed it, but there were also moments where I put it on and I just had to just put it out because it was too proggy and it's hard for me to follow sometimes. So yeah, just we might just read it here and there, but we can go over to Maurizio Osorio's question. What has
Hmm.
been the fans' response to the latest album? Um, when we were on tour, I think a lot of people came to us and some of them even heard us the first time when we were playing live. So they already had like 2 or 3 tracks of the latest album live. And the response was pretty positive. And as we see the texts we sometimes get from people, um, and also if we not only see the fans but also the media response, people seem to really enjoy the album, and it is also my feeling still. I mean, now it is out for a while, but we had it done for even way before the album was released, of course. So we heard it a lot of times, and I still like the tracks. So I think it's a bit different to what we've done before, but it kind of, to me, combines like the newer and the older stuff. So yeah, I think people seem to enjoy it, and so the response was pretty positive, I think.
It definitely was, and the I don't know. just seeing it grow, seeing like where people where people listen to our music, and also the events we had before the listening session on Bandcamp, and people joining those events up front, and being so, it was such a warm response from everyone. It really warmed my heart. I was really like with the full album stream on YouTube and the Bandcamp stream. Those were two moments where the people gathering there felt like a little family, as well as with the shows, of course. And I don't know what I could add to what you already said, but I just think on tour, when we were on tour and playing new songs, and yeah, talking to everyone after the shows, it was just it just, for me, it felt surreal. Kind of, it felt surreal. It felt, because the whole tour was also such a band of amazing people, and with all the fans being there too, it was just the whole package of this tour, of the album coming out, the tour. Then yeah, it was. I don't know. I'm lost for words, because I was really happy about the response. And of course, yeah. I mean, we write the music we want to write, and of course, some people might wish for a second Heretoir, or a second The Circle, or a second Night Sphere, or a second Wastelands, or whatever. But I think we'll also always follow yeah, our way of um, yeah, our inner feeling, what we want to express right now. And so you never know what's coming from us. And but yeah, and overall, to conclude it, the response was really good.
All right. I will try to manage through the comments. And first of
Yeah,
all, AR Nocturnus says, greetings from Guatemala. Greetings back. Thank you. We didn't we didn't play in Guatemala last time. I don't know.
no,
So a lot of also the questions concerning shows. A lot of like the things concerning shows is done by our booker. So we will definitely just tell him here, but in the end, he kind of makes the decisions. And also Falco Hartenfelser um, wants us to play a headlining tour in Germany, and we will do this. I can't say when we will do it, but I don't know if we will play Frankfurt. I can't say, but we will do a headline tour. Yeah,
yeah. Let's see.
yeah.
I'm trying to keep track of all of the questions. Let's see. Why are you so amazing? Thank you so much. And let's see. Maybe I have another question here from our Instagram. Okay, this is, unfortunately, Matthias is not with us to answer this, because he's asking when we will have a new Bonjour Tristesse album to listen at. I think for this you might need to contact him directly and ask him, because
Yeah.
we're in the inner circle, but we don't know,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I mean he's always cooking. So
Yeah,
there was I think he's already planning something or yeah. So Bonjour Tristesse is always there's always something coming as far as I know and as I know him. So yeah. There was also the two best albums of the last months are Innern bei der Weg einer Freiheit and Zerfall bei Elende. Both awesome bands and very close friends of ours. Nikita was so nice to send me Innern on vinyl, and it really touched me when I had it here and put it on and just had a 40 minutes of just listening, and it's a very good album. Yeah, I didn't listen to the new Elende album a lot. I just had it on one time, but I need to listen more before I can say a lot. I think the last Sunken album was also pretty good when it comes to black metal.
Okay, there's this question from Enrique. VC, which song do you enjoy playing live the most? Either because it's more fun for you or because you get a better response from the audience. Right now, for me, with the new songs in the set, it's actually the Ashen Falls because I have. I mean, for me, I'm just talking for me personally here, but I think uh, everyone in the band might share that. It's a really emotional track, like lyrically and yeah, also the whole track itself. So I really enjoy playing the Ashen Falls for the new tracks, but also so nostalgia. Just because it's so emotionally heavy, and it's just for me, it's always a kind of way to get into some kind of yeah, also to free myself from things on stage, and then turn myself inside from my inside to the outside, kind of, and get let go of yeah, all kind of things. And it's wonderful if that connects with the audience, and that's why I love playing live. And those new songs, I guess I said, because they're just so fresh, they're really like, after we played the tour, we know after a couple of days you really get into the whole vibe, and then you can really maybe even enjoy it more because it's in there, it's in your muscle memory, it's in your, you know, you can more yeah, you can enjoy it even more. And for songs that we've been playing longer, I think every time, like, even though we've played it so many times, Golden Dust is still very special to me. I really enjoy playing that one. I don't know, how is it for you?
From the newer songs, I enjoy playing Nostalgia, because it is very moody. And from the old tracks, it's Heretoir because it is still one of my favorite songs, and it is a pain for me to know that the album version um, lacks the very good vocals that Dave sings live today. So I will try to get the band to do a re-recording of this track one day because I love the song, but the album version. I mean, maybe you guys who are totally into the first album will not really enjoy a re-recording of an old track. But for me, who played this track, I don't know, 1,000 times or so in the new version or like in the live version, it
Yeah.
is hard to play or to listen to the older song. So we have Christian La Alva, and if we do another cover song or play or song again with Austere, I mean, we had guest vocals by Austere on Night Sphere, and
Hmm.
we have an Austere cover already. As much as I love the band, I think it is good with having that many collaborations, but there are sometimes shows where we just like to give Dave the stage alone, and then he can play the austere cover. An album with a symphony orchestra, I'm not a fan of that. I don't like metal and orchestra. What I just texted Dave half an hour ago before we started is that I'd like to have a horn section in one song
I
because
like
I
that
was
idea, actually.
yeah, I was seeing the National Live video, and they have this, and yeah. So I think even if Dave wants a symphony orchestra, no, 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 not with me, guys, not with me. I'm
I mean,
sorry.
we have. I mean, I think some violins. I think, I mean, we have those in the song, so I think that always worked fine. But like a super big orchestral thing, I mean, we sometimes, you know, it's always a process. So sometimes you have to try things. Doesn't mean that we have to try orchestral stuff, Niels. But sometimes we try stuff, and sometimes we're on completely different pages when it comes to what should be in a song, or sometimes we totally align on things. It's always a process, and of course, being in a band, maybe some of you are in bands too, so you know how it is with different opinions and getting them together, forging them into something, yeah, unison. And
Yeah.
it's always it's always a good process, because sometimes you have to leave your own um, yeah, your own area, and your restrictions kind of, and open up. And yeah, I mean, for that topic also, I think that was like a process for me also, for the last years, opening up on a lot of things. And it actually helped us a lot. And yeah, there's a lot happening, that's what I
Mhm.
can say.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it is. And there is, I mean, ever thought of coming back to a more DSBM approach into your music? As Dave already mentioned, we don't really plan on changing the music into a certain direction. But what I can say is that there are a few tracks in the making at the moment that are more rooted into a more DSPM um, genre, or like they are from a time, like some ideas are from a time where DSBM was more a thing in our lives. Maybe we can just have it like that. And Mr. Carnotaurus, you just discovered us last week. Thank you, and now you're here. That's very cool. And I really like that you like the metaphor cover, because I
Yeah,
love it. It's one of my favorite In Flames tracks, and thank you very much for appreciating it.
thank you. Yeah, let's have another question from the Instagram, from the Facebook questions. I'm sorry, I'm mixing up things. um Instagram, yeah. Wolf Lungs is asking, would love to know if you'll tour in the US. I think that's a question we get a lot. And as much as you want us to come over there, that's as much as we want to come over. But it's not just as easy. I mean, most people living in the US know that it's not an easy thing, and that it needs a lot of preparation, a lot of planning, a lot of financial resources. And even then, sometimes you're not all set. You know, you prepare everything and things happen, and you have to cancel a tour because something with the visas didn't work out. So we really have this on our map. We really want to do this, but right now we can't really say when it's going to happen. I think like we have it on our map. So be rest assured that we're working on this.
Yeah, it is a big financial risk also, um, that we really have to calculate. But we really want to come over, and we just gotta see, and we have to plan this like properly, as Dave said. We got a comment from Herb Derp, and they saw us at the Summer Breeze 2024. It was a pretty cool show. Yeah, thank you for being first row. Um, yes, Falco found out we've been in Frankfurt. What did he say? We played with Kiss Switch Engage in Frankfurt. Really
Yes.
sucks. I showed up luck. I showed up that early. Yes. Yeah, sometimes it is good, even if you don't know the opener acts, to be early at concerts. Sometimes you can really get to know some of the very, very good bands that are opening for the other good bands.
Mhm. Yeah, let's stick with that show for a moment. I mean, that was, of course, for us, maybe not with like, it was the most insane three shows, I think, for us we played. I mean, just because those we would expect such a big band as Killswitch Engage. You don't know, like, what it's gonna yeah, what's gonna happen when you come there, when you get into the venue, and people are like, the crew is there, the band is there. But everyone was so down to earth and so nice to us. It was really very special, like such a nice treatment for us as a band, as an opening band. And even the fact that they asked us to join those shows was, we were just super thankful for that. And yeah, I just because you said that, I remembered and wanted to say that.
Yeah, it was insane, and yeah, the whole crew and the band were they were so friendly and very very nice. So I will try to have all the messages in the chat, and we will try to work them.
Yeah.
We got 2025 picks by you, Sudiana. Paradise Lost, Pilgrimage, Evoken, and Orbit Culture. I'm a big Evoken fan. I toured with them uh, 12 years ago with my old band, and awesome people. One of the best death dooms or like funeral doom bands out there. Love them. Haven't seen them. Haven't listened to the latest album. I have to do it. But what's the first album called? I forgot it. The second was Antithesis of Light, right? And the first one with Tragedy Eternal as the opener. Perfect. Yeah. Good music. Thank you for reminding me to check out the new Evoke. And will you ever play in Croatia? Um, yes. Will we ever do it? I don't know. Do we want to? Yes, we want to.
Exactly. Exactly. There's let's go to another one here from, we had that question already. What are your favorite songs? Some questions are kind of doubled. I think we answered some of them already.
Yeah, we
Um,
might just in the end, if you want to know it and you weren't there from the start, maybe just I think we will have this for 1.5 hours, or like now we're like 40 minutes in, maybe another more or less an hour we might be on here.
yeah.
And just in the end, maybe just ask the question about influences again, then we can just talk again. But the chances that I will say something completely different compared to what I said in the beginning is because there's a lot of music and a lot of influences in my life. So yeah.
um, Another question from Mathilde Nicole from Facebook. Is it from Facebook? I guess. What does the songwriting process look like? Um, yeah, I think right now, like, we're all in the songwriting. So Matthias might write something on his own, show it to us. I write my things and show it to everyone. And Niels also contributes with his visions and drums and lyrics and all kinds of things. And yeah, normally you don't plan it. Of course, it just hits you, a certain feeling, and you sit down. Like, I sit down with the guitar, and I think the magic that happens there is always like that first kind of melody, and it might be melody that is from the chorus, or it's an intro melody, but most of the time it's one of those two things, either a melody for the intro of the song, or something that's going to become the chorus. And yeah, it's just like having that one melody in mind, like in my head, sometimes it's playing in my head, and I feel okay. Now I need to sit down and record that, or otherwise I'm gonna lose it. Or I have to. Sometimes I also sing stuff into my phone, actually, for melodies. Um, and then yeah, sometimes I just add lots of melodies on top, where we sometimes need to throw things out again because it's just so many layers. But yeah, that's when it really develops. And Niels and Matthias know my magical 2 minute mark. So when
Hmm.
I write songs, most of the time when I send something, I'm not sending a complete song, because that most of the time it takes much longer for me to finish that. Or sometimes there are songs that I actually finish in one go, but it's very rare. Um, but yeah, normally it's mostly about the 2 and 2:30 minute mark. So they might have like I don't know, 30 files on their computers or phones flying around, where it's like 2 or 2 30 minutes of demo. And for Matthias, I think he would need to answer himself how it goes for him. And I know how it goes for you when you're developing drums, when you're thinking about lyrics, when you're reorganizing some things or writing stuff on your own. It's,
did you
yeah,
ask?
it was the
Sorry, I
question.
was just I just saw that the Bambi Galore, my favorite venue in Hamburg, just texted. It's always a pleasure having us
Ah,
with them
nice.
or like
Hey
at their
there.
place. So
Nice to see you.
yes, hey Bambi crew, I will definitely come back soon to another nice show. Can you please
Yeah,
repeat
sure.
the question you had for me, Dave? Because I was completely uh, away for a few seconds.
No question, and no problem. Yeah, I was asking how the songwriting process is for you, like what are the things that you do in the band, how this
Mhm.
works for you.
So I'm not really writing music, um, but I will write my drum parts. Luckily, Dave and Matthias already have a good vision of what drums could sound like, or like what a drummer could play like, and they are. Um, I trained them over the years that we played together that drummers don't are octopuses and can like play. So yes, those guys are learning, and I think sometimes I write a few lyrics, mm, and especially for like we're writing new stuff at the moment, and I recorded a lot of like drum demos already, and then there are parts where I just have the feeling, I think we should change the rhythm of the guitars a little bit here, or we should put another bar of this riff in there, or we should cut the song off here. So yeah, that's my main influence. I would say on this. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of lyrics too. I mean, a lot
Hmm.
of the like actually, I mean, it's I think it's always a good balance for the lyrics for all of us. But I think I love the fact that actually all of us are involved in the lyrics for the albums we do, because it really sums up our thoughts, our influences. I really like that
Mm.
because sometimes you're in bands, you have like you only have like one lyricist kind of a lot of times, or maybe it's like the vocalist who does all of that. But I really love the fact that it's a good mix there, and you deliver. I love your lyrics every time. So
Mm.
yeah, because they're always sad.
Thank you.
They're
Yeah,
all, yeah.
I can't really write lyrics. Um, they're usually they are pretty honest, and just seeing myself through a different lens and just reflecting my life. And sometimes there were situations where it wasn't the best place to be in. I would say nowadays I'm not writing that many lyrics anymore because I'm at a better place. So if you don't read lyrics by me, then it's mostly a pretty good sign.
You're
So
doing better. Yeah,
so let's go on. So there is a Pokemon card that we signed in Chile.
I actually remember that.
Perfect. Yeah, I really remember the show there because the whole trip was insane. They
Mm.
the crew that got us, they I think we landed around 10 or 11 at night, and then they got us. We got cake when we came.
And now we lost Niels. Let's get him back again.
Okay. Okay.
You're back.
Hello, I'm back here. I think I can't see the chat anymore. Why is that? It's coming back. So, and those people had cake and it was perfect. And then they organized a trip for us to one of the mountains, and there were I don't know what's the name in English. You can see the stars from there with a big. Now I'm completely lost in my English, but
Telescope.
whatever. It was a perfect day, and then finally, a good friend of mine from Hamburg was in Santiago and came to the show, And we signed a Pokemon card. So yes, what a lot of good memories. Um, Benny Hardus, if I understand you correct, it was the show was too expensive in
Mm.
Mexico. Um, a lot of times, especially when we're overseas, we can't really say how much a ticket should cost. When it comes to merch, we usually ask local people what is reasonable for people there to pay for a shirt or a CD. But yeah, I mean, it is, as I already mentioned before, it's always a, a thing with the costs because having the band and a sound technician with all the gear flying like across the globe costs a lot of money, and the local promoters want to get this covered. So yeah, I'm really sorry if the show was too expensive for you. I can just say it was not in our power to change that. I even didn't know how much the show was, to be honest. But
I
yeah,
don't know
sorry.
neither. Yeah, sorry for that. But I hope we can make up for it when we come back the next time. So let's see. And Mr. Mayhem is asking, what was your favorite album you worked on? I think that's a very tough question. Um, I mean, I think actually, I mean, so Nostalgia was a lot of work. It was very exhausting because it was done. It was like the whole album was built in such a long time span. So you have to be very cautious not to lose, not to lose the connections to the songs, or like get the yeah get the I don't know the word right now in English. My English is really bad too today. um, yeah, something.
It's late here, people. It's
Yeah.
late. It's we work the whole day, and it's yeah. So
Yeah, but
sorry.
I think you have to have some cohesive thing going throughout the album. So yeah, some kind of it's not a concept album as such, as like Night Sphere, for example. But yeah, it was such a long time, but at the same time, it was very rewarding. It was really it made like it was a lot of fun. It was exhausting, but it was so much fun to work on these tracks. And I think this is together with Night Sphere. I mean, maybe they're both on the same level for me for when it comes to the fun had producing those albums. Because with Night Sphere it was kind of different because it was done so fast. It was
Mm.
really fast. Like uh, for Night Sphere, Matthias wrote the album, like the bass tracks, and I added a lot of things there. And for the vocals was really insane because we were just in the studio for I don't know how many days, 2 days,
I think we had 3 days for
3 days.
recording all the drums, all vocals, and lead guitars as well.
It was so
Because
insane.
the
Yeah,
yeah, I think bass and the rhythm guitars were done by Kevin and Matthias at home. But 3 days, it was insane. And but I would have said Night Sphere as well because I
yeah,
think there was magic in the room. Also, you hear Kevin, Matthias, Dave, and me singing on that album.
yeah.
I think I have to listen to the album again. I haven't heard it in quite some time, and yeah, I think it's a pretty raw and pretty honest album, and
Yes.
I kind of liked to have this because we're super. There was not much budget on producing the album, and we just wanted to have it done. So I know that I think they had like Dave and Mathieu had to leave around 8 or so on Sunday because they had to work on Monday morning, and they had to drive for 8 or 9 hours through the night. But I think you had to sing until like 7:45 or something, and you were screaming your lungs out. And if you listen to like the last metal track on the album, you hear in the end, Dave really gets insane, and it's not planned because he was completely fucked up for screaming for 2 days. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was insane. But yeah, to me it was like yeah, there was magic in the room.
totally. Because it was also for me was the first time actually being in the studio with so many people listening to me doing the vocals, and it was a kind of different. Yeah, I would not say pressure because I know everyone for such a long time, but still, it was a different experience for me because until up until then, the things we did before, like for Wastelands, I recorded the vocals on my own, and also for everything before, I always did it with Max, our former guitar player, um, with it in his studio. So it was always just him and me. So this was a new experience for me, and it was also like, okay, Dave, you have that's the time you have now. Let's do all of the vocals, and that was kind of pressure, but sometimes it creates a diamond, and sometimes, yeah, you just come up with like because there were some outlines, but a lot of melodies were really developed on the
Mm.
mic, and I actually love that approach.
I think it was also the first time that we were together and that I was singing some melodies that you then properly sang. I think it
Yes.
was the first time where there are some of the ideas, and this is something that we did on Nostalgia as well. If you listen to the track Nostalgia, a lot of the vocals you hear there, not the clean ones, but a lot of the harsh vocals I sang. But I think most of the clean melodies, because Nostalgia was the last song that we worked on. And if
Mhm.
you're a complete sound nerd, it is recorded with a different drum kit at a completely different. Not this. It was the same studio, but it was years after. Um, and I wasn't happy with the track, and then I ended up at my rehearsal room just recording some demos, and then I think you went in and like properly recorded a lot of those things, and I think this is something that I really enjoy because there is this is also some kind of magic I think that is between, especially like when it comes to songwriting. I think the whole band has this, but when it comes to songwriting, it's usually Matthias, Dave, and I who create the basic tracks, and then just record them.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is really nice. So there's a lot of stuff happening. Maybe we can have this kind of talk again in 1 or 2 years, and then we might say, oh, the new album XYZ is best one. But Dave, before we forget, there was a question. I don't know if I can find it back. Where it is here. Der wohlerfahrene Speismeister is back again. How deeply involved are you in the artwork for the albums? And maybe as a follow up, what does the artwork for the circle represent? I will just answer the first question. I think the second one is more for you, Dave. I am not involved in the artworks. I see them and I might have an opinion on them, but it is more or less completely Matthias, um, who for the last releases at least, who always brings up his ideas. He has a vision, and I might suggest one or two things, but most of the time Matthias has a very he. I think he found the photographer who shot the wastelands pictures. It is a photographer from Finland, I think. He found the old Bavarian painter Diefenbach. Was it Diefenbach? I think it's his
Yes.
name, who did the Night Sphere cover, and he also found the Tarot Bird that ended up at Nostalgia. So yeah, he did a pretty good job. But yeah, I mean, what about the circle, Dave?
Yeah, for the sure, it's been such a long time. It's always this year. It's 9 years since this was released. Yeah, I remember that was the moment when you joined the band, and it was 2017. And I mean, of course, the cover was done before that. So the circle is about the sun. I go for me, it was about the sun and about the circle of life, and the connection between those two things. And I wanted to have something really warm and yes, like an atmosphere of warmth and like something that represents the sound of the album. Of course, you always want that as an artist, something that reflects the music, kind of. So the good thing is, like, you tell such things to Fusy Tessier, and that's what he comes up with. So um, those are the two things that I told him. It's about the sun, it's about the circle of life, and that's what he came up with. So
Mm.
um, I think, yeah, I don't really want to interpret too much into the picture, because it's just, it kind of stands for itself. Yeah. So there was no three pages idea that I told him, or whatever 20 points that he had to watch out for when creating that. So I just gave him a lot of freedom and said, just listen to the tracks. This is what it's about, and yeah, that's the first thing he came up with, and that's
Yeah.
what we used.
Mhm. So, what do you enjoy more, being in the studio, creating new stuff, or being on tour? Asked by Herb Derb. Um, I think it's difficult to answer it 100%, but I really like to be at the studio. I really enjoy it. But I also like being on tour, especially if you have a tour like we had last year with Der Weg einer Freiheit, which was um, so like I don't really have the words for it. It was just, I think most of the people on that tour said it was the best tour of their lives. And I recently was on a German podcast with Nikita of Der Weg einer Freiheit, and we were both like, yeah, it was so good being together with this bunch of people. And there are still connections from people that I got to know on that tour that are still, because most of the time tours work, you have a certain amount of time where you are pretty close with each other, and then usually after a tour it all splits. And with this tour, I mean, we knew most of the people before. I mean, not most of the people, but a lot of the people. But there were some new people, and this was such a good tour. Um, so I can't really answer, but I can tell you if it is a good tour. I like to be on tour, but generally I like to be in the studio. Yeah.
I think it's, for me, it's both. Yeah. I mean, for the studio, it's always great to see the things come to life that you worked on as a demo, and to see, so you have some stuff that you like, like, we, Matthias and me, we start with programmed stuff, and then we get it properly arranged and written and composed by Nils, the drum parts, and then you have those first demos, but then you have the drums recorded, and you get them in the first mix, and it really comes to life, and it's like, they hit even harder, and everything molds together, like, melts together. And I love seeing that, and I love being in the studio, and like the fun you have, and or maybe the fun as as someone who watches the others doing their stuff. When you're performing, sometimes, like, when Niels is performing the 50th take of something, he might not have that much fun anymore, but
Mm.
it's always a great thing, and you're in the room and watching, and like a fun fact, for example, with I think we had this in a reel even for the Ashen Falls, when we were recording the drums for Solastalgia, and that was, I don't know how many years ago, the first for recording
Five,
Ashen Falls? 5 years.
5 or 6 years
Yeah,
ago. It was in
yeah,
2020 during the pandemic, or
yeah,
before the pandemic. One was, I think, before the pandemic even. It is so long
yeah,
ago. Let's
yeah,
not
yeah,
talk about this
right.
shitty time. So yeah, it
Yeah,
was 5 years ago or so. Yeah,
exactly. And it was, I think it was 1 o'clock in the morning or something, I don't know. And
yeah. It was in the
I,
middle of the night.
I
Yeah.
think we started with the song pretty late, and we were like, do we really want to start this song that late? And I was like, yeah, let's go. Like, you were on fire. You were on fire
Yeah, I
in the
was.
studio. And yeah, it was like, that was insane, like, what you delivered in the studio. And then we had that part where we have this double time blast beat. And it was a fun fact because it was you were just trying stuff, and then we were listening to that, and then we were like, "Oh my god, what's happening?" Let's try that again, and then that's what
Mhm.
actually yeah became the part on the track, the drum track, and things like that. I love when that
Toby
happens. Yeah.
Toby of Der Weg an der Freiheit was my drum teacher back then, and I was in pretty good shape. And it took us years to finalize the album, and I got older and more lazy, so I really have to get into playing blast beats again. So yeah, it was insane. I think I would not recommend recording that way, and I think also for our producer David, it was not a healthy time back then because we were recording up until 3 o'clock in the morning or so, and yeah, we will definitely be a bit more relaxed in the future. Mm, so we got a question that I've think. Did you thought about featuring a feminine voice for one song in the future? We already did this in the past with Emily Highfield. Is it
Yeah.
right? Yeah, Emily
Yeah.
Highfield is the name. Yeah, for a special little version of Golden Dust,
Hmm.
and she's also singing on the second track on of the Wastelands EP. What's the name of the track?
At dusk.
At Dusk. Yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely, it is having people on albums is always also a thing, because I was planning to ask my good friend Serena of Svalbard to do some vocals for Soulstalgia, but then before I asked her, she was already announced that she did vocals for our friends and Harakiri for the Sky. So then I just didn't ask her, because it's a bit pointless if you do something and then like your friends on the same label with like a more or less close or like connected music do the same guest appearance. So, but in the future, definitely, it's not something that we didn't want to do because of weird reasons or so. Just apart from having Emily, I think we never had it, right?
I think yeah, on the first album we had Ida Halebe.
Oh yeah,
That was, but that
yeah,
was long time ago. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. What else?
Um,
Okay.
are you
Maybe
planning another Asian tour, Dave? Tell us something about. Is there a plan?
we really, really want to come back to Asia. As of now, I think, yeah, I mean, our booker is working on a lot of stuff and looking into different things. So I think let's see when we can make that happen. That's all I can say
Yeah,
for now.
there's something in the planning, but as always, you plan something. Sometimes you work on, I don't know, a tour for a year, and then it just, there are some decisions or something happens, and then you can't make it. So that's why we try not to talk about things that are planned but not decided yet. But we really want to, like, I mean, we've only been to China yet, but we really want um, to see more and play more parts. And Christos and Babis, we can't wait to see all of you in Greece. Yeah, can't wait, and it's going to be amazing.
Yes, yes, it's awesome. Like so many people, so many places you can see, and then like I think I never imagined this when yeah recording first shitty with shitty equipment like I don't know 20 years ago. 20 now I can say almost 20 years ago. Yeah, that's when I recorded the first stuff for Heretoir. So that's why it's always stated as 2006 because that's when the first songs started developing.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and I mean, so this year, 20 years, maybe something special should happen. And
Mhm.
what else? What else do we have here in the chat?
pieces of media, literature, movies that are inspiration for songs. N- Not from my side, not so much. But I wrote the lyrics for Inertia. They are like the core. As I already said, the core inspiration is always like something emotional inside of me. But I had to think about the album El Cielo by Dredge, and this is based around sleep paralysis, and Inertia deals with like with the demons that I have in my head, but also there is some kind of I don't really know how to say properly in English, but there is some kind of a psychic function in your brain. Maybe it's a dysfunction more, that let people people's faces become blurry, so that there are people out that can't see faces anymore. And I read a pretty interesting article about it, and I kind of connected it. So that's the inspiration for Inertia. If you feel that, if you see the face of, I don't know, your best friend, your partner, whatever, but it's just blurry and you can't see faces anymore. And I thought
Scary.
about how scary and how horrible this must have been. Matthias' lyrics are a lot based on literature. Um, but yeah, the lazy guy who doesn't want to be out here talking to you. Um, Maybe we have to drag him.
Next time we will, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Matthias, yeah. The third time you will be with us. Yeah, and for me, lyrically, it just there's not like there's hardly something for lyrics that I'm inspired by. To be honest, it's really something that most of the time, either it directly develops with the song when I'm writing a song, so I directly develop the lyrics at the same time. I see, okay, this is a melody. Okay, I could build those lyrics with that. So it's a yeah a pairing there that happens, or the song is finished, the instrumental is finished, and then I'm like really thinking, okay, what does this what does this do with me listening to that song? Or what does it evoke? Which feelings does it evoke? And um, that's how the vocals and the lyrics develop sometimes. Like, for example, for Golden Dust, I don't know if I already said that in the last talk we had. Might be, sorry if we're doubling some stuff, because sometimes questions come up that we had in the talk 2 years ago. But yeah, it's a good example, because I remember having like just finished the song in the studio at Max's studio back then. And the cool thing with Max's studio back then was that I could always just stay there whenever I wanted to, like throughout the night, because it was soundproof. So I could scream totally insane at 3 o'clock in the night and no one would hear it, because it was just so soundproof. And but for Golden Dust, of course, it was just the clean vocals, and I finished the song, and immediately after finishing it, I just went to the vocals and just re-listened to the song, listened, and those lyrics came up. So most of the time, that's how it works for me. Or in the case of the Ashen Falls, for example, it's something like out of own experience and out of own pain. That's something just I need to write something down, and
Yeah.
that's in that case, it was for the Ashen Falls. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Matthias is mostly the guy who puts things more into stories. And I think if we write lyrics, it is most of the time a bit more, yeah, direct, maybe, as to say, I'd say. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Um, Marcel, thank you very much for your kind message.
Yeah.
yeah, wherever you are, all the best. And yeah, Svalbard, awesome band. It's sad that they are splitting up, but sometimes bands require so much attention, um, but you also need to, ja, Grüße zurück nach Stuttgart. Um, um, Bands need so much attention, and also um, like most of the bands that are like on a level as we are, or a bit bigger or a bit smaller, you have to invest a lot of time and also money to keep this going. But it's pretty difficult to make a living with music. So for us, we all have our day jobs, and we're doing this next to the day jobs. But it is pretty difficult to keep this going without like having to spend all of your holidays, free time with the band. And this is, yeah, this is, it is a privilege to have, like, talking to you guys, you taking your time listening to our music, coming to our shows, listening to us chatting. But it is also it is just it's hard work. Having a band is also hard work. It's a privilege and it's a very nice time, and I love doing it. But it's also a lot of work, and I can understand why some bands at some point just decide it's pretty hard, especially with like UK bands, with the whole Brexit stuff. It's even worse for them to make a living with music. So um, that's why I always try to buy as many records as I can, buy shirts at shows, go to all
Mm.
the local shows that I want to see, because I try to support the underground, because I love like the small club, as we have Bambi Galore, like the best club in my hometown Hamburg. Yeah, it is just phenomenal that there is an underground scene and culture, but also all of those bands are working their asses off to perform. And yeah, that's just something that I wanted to address, not to get some sympathy or something, just because it is the reality of touring bands. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you need a yeah, you need a long lasting power to as a band. And it's just not no, that's not just about releasing good music, but you yeah staying with that drive basically all of the time. And I think there are, I mean, of course, there are bands, you know, like some that really want, really just chase success, fast success. And of course, there are bands that are just, they need to do music and want to do music for themselves and release it to the people. And if they enjoy it, it's nice. I think there are some different kind of shades and levels there. Um, but yeah, like if you really want to grow, of course, you gotta write new music, write new music, tour, and it can be very demanding. And yeah, I just think Swolbert, I think it's a fantastic band, and I'm also quite sad that they're quitting. But I think they're playing a couple of shows all over the world, basically, where people can still see them. I don't know when they're actually doing their last show, but I'm trying to see them.
Mm.
If they come to Germany at some of those shows, I'll definitely see them again.
I think they're in May. They're in Germany. Babis, thank you. Yeah, it is like with most of like life, with a lot of people don't make a lot and can barely survive, and some are having a lot of the cake. But yeah, we know this. We might just buy a shirt here and there more. I will definitely buy a Havokrono shirt when we're in Greece with them, because this band fucking rocks. And this is one of the best black metal albums also that came out last year, the new Havokrono. But something else, did any one of you listen to, because we were talking about like long lasting bands, Did anyone hear the new Landlos track? I'm so happy that he's back, but I didn't hear it yet. So anyone who listened to it, I liked the last album. Was it Wildhund? Windhund? No,
Wildhund.
Wildhund. Wildhund, yeah, which means
Wildhund.
like wild dog in German. Um, I love the guy. He's such a phenomenal musician, super friendly and nice guy. And I liked the last album. I think a lot of people didn't really like it because it was more like dream dance rock metal than any black metal. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if anyone heard it. I might check it out later.
I did, and I enjoyed it. I mean, I'm very open to those kind of things. So I'm not gonna cry for 2010 Landlos or something because I really just enjoy his Landlos development, and
Hmm.
I always kind of admired him for doing his thing and saying, okay, I'm if I don't have anything to say, I'm not going to release new music, and when I have something to
Hmm.
say, I'm going to release something new, and
Hmm.
I'm not going to repeat myself, and yeah, really just like his attitude on those kind of things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agalog, great band. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I think The Mantle is my favorite album, and Ashes Against the Grain. The White EP is also pretty good. Matthias, our bass player, he's like the biggest Agalog fan. And I think he loves Marrow the Spirit. I don't really think this is the best album. So,
As
but
against the
he's not
grain.
here. He can't defend himself. I can talk about his Agalog tastes. No, it's getting ridiculous. Sorry, guys.
Let's see. I'm looking for another question here. Sorry if it's kind of wild here with looking through the comments. Do you have any plans to tour in Spain? Would love to have you guys back. Yeah, we would love to. As of now, there's no current plans, but nothing specific. But I think sometimes like, maybe we should get our booker in those talks next time.
And he can. Yeah, it is the same. I think I said it 3 or 4 times already. It's always we'd like to play as many shows as possible and try to come um, where we can. And Spain is definitely a place we really want to come back. We had a few shows with our friends in Heretoir for the Sky, and it was really nice. So yeah, we definitely want to come back. And when do they return to play Mexico? Hopefully soon. There's stuff planned, but nothing we can talk about right now. But assured, we really want to come back. But it is with the bookers, so yeah, we really want to come back. The new November album I haven't heard. I think I saw them live with Catatonia. Have they been on tour with Catatonia somewhere around the Great Cold Distance tour? I think I saw them November and
Yeah,
Catatonia on the Great Cold Distance tour.
would have loved to see that.
Yes, that was really good.
Be favorite. Okay, there's another question. Who would be favorite lineup bands?
The bands that
And
we would love to play with, or I think so, right?
I think so too. Yeah.
Amorphis, Catatonia, Heretoir.
Yes. Nothing to add. Okay, maybe yeah. For me, add Alcest to the bill. So.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes. We haven't talked about Alcest enough. The last Alcest album was also really, really good. And it came out 2024, I think. Or was it? Yeah, I think so. It was
Yeah.
such a good album
Yes.
and such nice guys. Yeah, always a pleasure meeting them.
Yeah, and I think that was also because there was a question way up there about uh, inspirations again,
Hmm.
like bands that inspire us. I mean, we kind of touched on that already, but yeah, I mean, there's no denying that especially in the beginning when I started the stuff way back then. I got in touch with all of the guys. I was in touch with with Neige, with Markus from Landlos, with Fürsi, and that kind of network. And of course, Alcest was a big influence back then. I mean,
Mm.
I think it was from so many bands. And just, I mean, if you basically start a new genre with what you're doing, of course, you're gonna have a lot of people you're reaching with that and inspiring. Um, yeah, just because what we were touching on Alcest now, that what came to my
Hmm.
mind.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I don't know, we played a show with them in the last show we played with them was in 2023, I think, when we played in Dresden, when
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
they were on their tour for it was, I think it was a anniversary tour from what I remember. And it was a fantastic show, and it was it was always a pleasure because
Hmm.
we shared the stage, I think 2 or 3 times already since we've played live, and it's always a wonderful thing.
So the question came again with Glacier Heart. That's for part two, and we talked about it. The song is super long, but I think Matthias wants to play it. So maybe I think we talked a lot about maybe adding another Night Sphere track to the live set. We gotta see if it works. Also with the tracks, you have to play them to see if they work played by a band, because usually we don't play the tracks before we record them because we live um, like apart from each other. I live in the north, Matti and Dave live in the south, Kevin in the west, and so Stefan also in the west. And so we're all completely scattered over Germany and the Netherlands. So we got to see, but yeah, we keep that in mind. I just downloaded Night Sphere again. So I can listen to it. I haven't
I,
heard it in a while.
I
Me
love the
too.
fact that you downloaded it from
I
some.
mean, at a streaming
Okay.
service. Yeah,
Some
yeah,
Ware site or something. Yeah.
yeah. Some file share. I put on the emule to get it back from the servers.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
people. Are there any questions? I might be here for, I don't know, a few more minutes, and then I
Mhm.
um, would have to say thank you and goodbye. But I might wait. If you just have one or two more questions, we can definitely answer them. And I think
Exactly. Same for me because
it is a
I mean,
pleasure. Thank you so much already.
yeah, yeah. Thanks everyone for joining. Thank you for your comments. Like we were reading all of them, even if we didn't like. It's sometimes hard for me to type while listening and everything. So multitasking is not the strength for me. But rest assured, I'm reading through all of them, and thank you for anything you're writing, and for being at the shows, and having been to our shows wherever we've been, and hopefully coming to the next show, seeing you there. And yeah, I mean, like I said before, if anyone's curious, like there's just a lot of stuff happening. We're not uh, just chilling on the couch. I mean, there's a lot of things we're doing right now, and you'll hear about a lot of stuff when it's time for it. But yeah, definitely also working on new tracks.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you. That us two banter makes the day. That's always good. Um, I don't know who you want to hug, but maybe just ask. I'm not
Free.
the biggest hugger with people I don't know, but if it is if it is what do you say? If you need this, if the people needs a hug at a certain moment, I think I'm not the one to send them away. But yeah,
I will
whatever.
definitely. I will definitely hug
Look,
you.
also
That's yeah.
you might want to hug Dave. Yeah, it's good. I try to be a chameleon, just stand somewhere and not be seen. Yeah.
Exactly. I think I'm just looking whether there's some questions I missed, but I guess like, sorry if we're missing any question. Like otherwise, just drop us. Also, feel free to drop us a message anywhere if there's something you really want to know and we might have not have answered it or you forgot to ask the question. Yeah, but from what I'm seeing, I think I got all of the questions from the socials.
Mhm. Yeah, I
And
think we got
yeah,
it. All
yeah,
right,
let us
people.
know if you enjoyed that. If you like to have more of those talks, like especially when we like when have some like tours coming up, new albums coming up, or just to talk about some stuff, or something that you would, yeah, like give us some feedback. It would be nice. And thank you all for joining. And yeah, next up, as some people already mentioned in the comments, next up's going to be Greece for us. First time Athens and Thessaloniki. Really, really excited for that. And yeah, lot more shows
Yeah.
coming and a lot happening. And just thank you to everyone.
Yes. Thank you very much. And you should listen to the latest Auski and the latest Havokruno record if you really want to go into good black metal or metal in general.
Yes. And if you don't want to just listen to metal, if there's something that is more proggy, listen to Agent Fresco Destroyer. That's my
You can do
recommendation.
this.
It's old, but it's good. Like try
Yeah.
it. Yeah. All
All
right,
right.
people.
Enough of the banter. Thank you very much. I'm
Right.
leaving.
Same
Take
for
care,
me.
people, and thank you very much for yeah,
Yeah.
being with us.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.